Hello, 7 East receiving students and teachers.
Hello, Miss Kodwa.
Thank you. Take your seats. Okay, receiving students and the model class. In our last lesson, you were told to do an activity for homework. I hope you have done that activity. I'd like you to refer to your exercise books now or your workbooks, and let's quickly go through the homework. Right, your homework is based on the table, and that table shows some instruments and their uses. You are to describe how or explain how these instruments help you to expand your observations. Let's hear from some of you in the class. Receiving students, you can tell your teacher as we go through this homework. Right? Eyeglass. Explain how pair of eyeglass help you. Evelyn?
It will help your eyes to work well.
Good. It will help your eyes to read well. What else? John?
Eyeglass helps us to see things properly.
Very good. Okay, so it helps us to see things well, or it can make little things become bigger, especially when you are reading, or if you are a short-sighted person, that will help you to see things closer. Centimeter ruler. Centimeter ruler. Rhoda.
It helps to rule the line to do activities.
Very good. That's one. Any more? You can rule your lines to do activities. Not only that. Copa?
It helps us to measure things.
Very good. Measure things, especially lengths of objects or things. Thermometer. Please, somebody with Alan.
Thermometer helps us to measure the temperature.
Very good. Okay, gives us an accurate reading of what the temperature is like, right? Good. And the last one, hand lens, Isaac.
Help us to see things clearly.
See things clearly and make things, small things become bigger. Very good. So receiving students, I hope you have good answers given to your teacher. And if you have all those, please give yourself a nice tick. Thank you for your effort in completing this homework. Right, class, we are now going to go on to what we have to do today. You have a look at some pictures that I have on the screen. What do these pictures tell you? All right, so all these pictures have a common name. Thank you.
Senses.
Very good, our senses. All right, so in today's lesson, we are on the strand living things, substrand. Class, let's read the substrand together. Very good. And our learning outcome is 7.2.1. Identify and compare the basic structure of living things and how they allow them to function in their environment. Lesson topic for today is a question. We all should remember, we all should try to answer this question to ourselves. What is happening around me? What is happening around me? All right, class, sitting up straight and receiving students, I am going to do something. I have something in this box. And I'd like you to listen very carefully what I am going to do, or what is going to come out from this box. Right? Okay. Right, good. Once again, class, listen again. Okay. I am sure every one of you have already worked out what sound am I making in this box. All right. Let's go through some words before we go on to guessing what sound I made. Class, let's say this word together. Receptors. In brackets, I said receptors from our last lesson are sense organs. Right? Example, your ear, your nose, your mouth, especially your tongue. Okay, those are called sense organs, and they are called receptors. Next word. I have two words here. All right, class, let's say this word after me. Stimuli. Stimuli. Okay, and stimulus. Stimulus. All right. Stimuli is plural, meaning it means many, and stimulus is singular, meaning one. All right. Now, tell me what sound did I make in the box? What did I use to make that sound? Scotty?
Spoon.
Okay, let's see if he's correct. Let me check. Yes, spoon. I used the spoon. Ruthie?
Jar.
Jar? Any jar in here? No. Thank you. Good try. Win?
Glass.
Glass? Good try. Momoru?
Beaker.
Bika, good try. Almost there. Melvin?
Measuring cylinder.
Good try. Kalen?
Jug.
I think we said jar already. Did someone in the class mention it? Yes? Okay, receiving students, tell your teacher. Right, let's have Goodwin.
Teacup. Empty cup.
Empty cup, let's see. All right, so I used a cup and a spoon. Now, class, referring back to the words that I have shown to you, now, tell me what was the receptor from this simple activity. What was the receptor? Beckley?
Yeah.
Very good. Do you agree? Yes. So, first of all, you used your sense of organ, which is the ear. Now, what is the stimulus? Stimulus? Shannon?
Spoon and cup.
Spoon and cup. Good try. Joshua?
Sound.
Good. Receiving students, I hope you have the same answer as the model class. The stimulus was the sound made from the teaspoon and the spoon, plastic spoon and the cup. So the stimulus was the sound. Right? Good. Now, I have some examples to show to you. We will go through those examples together in class, and you will go on to the main activity for today. Let's see some examples here. In your workbook, those were given for you to do as exercise. However, in today's lesson, receiving students and the model class, we will use those activity A and B as examples, and we will go through that together in class. Now, class, let's read the first sentence together. Class together, let's read. Next one, number 2. And number 3. Right. I'd like you to discuss in your groups before I hear answers from you. Tell me how you are going to respond or act if those particular things happen to you. Okay, like a big stone dropped on your foot or Peter's foot, how are you going to react? Or how are you going to respond? Discuss and go on to number 2 and number 3. Receiving students do the same as the model class. I'll give you 1 minute to go through that. All right, let's hear from you now. Michael, the first one, please.
He jumped with a shout.
All right, Peter is going to, please.
Peter jumped with a shout.
Okay, thank you for that answer, Michael. Pauline.
Peter's gonna feel the pain penetrate his leg.
Good, he's going to feel the pain. Do you think Peter will be dancing? Right, Joshua? What do you think?
Angry.
All right, good. Peter will be angry. So here, every one of you will have different answers, or some of you will have the same. Meaning, Peter will be really angry. He'll be jumping up and down, feeling the pain. Okay, so that is his response, or how he will respond to the pain on his foot. Blackout while you were watching TV lessons. Dial.
Angry.
All right, good. So for Dial's case, he will be very angry. Receiving students, I hope you are telling your teacher as well. Shannon?
Singing.
Singing, all right? So many of you will have you will respond differently to each other's on how you would feel about power going off or blackout while watching TV lessons. Okay, Ruthie will tell us about the last one. You taste a sour lemon. How are you going to respond? Ruthie?
It won't taste good.
All right. For Ruthie, it's going to be good to her. Okay. Let's have Francis.
It will taste sour.
All right. It will taste, of course it will taste sour, but how are you going to, when you feel that sour taste on your tongue, what are you going to do? Michaeline?
You start spitting everything out because it tastes sour.
Okay, so you will start spitting everything out because it's not, it tastes sour. Right, so again, you might have different answers from the two so far, but all your responses are good. Now let's move on to the next one. Next activity example. This time, you are going to discuss again, but not discuss, sorry, we are going to get answers from you straight. John sat on the chair, then jumped up suddenly. A dog was sleeping. Suddenly it sat up, pricked its ears, and barked. You are going to now tell me what is the stimulus. What is the stimulus for sentence 1 and what is the stimulus for sentence 2? John?
Hot objects.
All right, so the feeling on his body would tell him that he has sat on something hot. That is why he jumped up suddenly. Good, that's his response. What do you others think? Emmanuel? Emmanuel will tell us what is the stimulus for number 1.
The chair must be cracked.
Okay, good. The chair must be broken, almost broken. Is that what you meant, Emmanuel? Correct? Okay, so broken, almost broken. Good. So we'll leave that. Let's go on to guessing number 2. A dog was sleeping. Jubilee, what do you think?
Because he saw something in the garden.
All right, saw something. So the the stimulus is seeing something, sight, okay? Samuel, what do you think?
Someone was at the gate.
Okay, someone was at the gate, so the dog pricked its ears. Daisy, last one from you.
The dog sensed someone coming.
Okay, the dog sensed someone coming. Okay, so what sense did it use? Its sight and smell. Do you think dogs do smell things around? Yes, so some of you may be thinking about smell, so that smell could be the stimulus. Right, let's look at this picture here, class. All right, so far from those examples that we have gone through, I have an example to show you. Here, receptors, we know them as sense organs, and here we have the eye as the receptor, and the eye detects the stimulus, which is the light. And in your body, we have nerves. Nerves send a message to our brain, and we respond, meaning our brain now signals the muscles to move our body. So all those examples that we have gone through, basically we are referring to this process here, what is happening. Right? Is that clear? Let's move on to today's activity. Model class, you have your workbooks. Please go through your workbooks and complete this activity. For the receiving students, this is one part of the table that I have shown that is on the screen. Your teacher can copy, or you can copy into your exercise book. Your activity instruction is to write down what the stimulus, the stimuli and the responses. Let's do A as an example to start you off. Bright light, what would be the response to bright light? Light is the stimulus. Let's imagine that the light is very bright and it's shining straight into your eyes. All right, let's have you, thank you.
The light makes your eye blink.
All right, so you will respond by blinking your eyes. Is that clear now? All right, move on to the next one. Your mouth waters. What is the stimulus? Right, write it down in your workbooks or your exercise books. You may discuss among yourselves or among your group members. Okay, for this activity, you will be given only 5 minutes, so please think fast and work fast. Your mouth waters. What do you think is the stimulus? Do you use your sense of organs? What do you see or taste or hear? The mouth, your mouth waters. What is the stimulus? Alright, I'm sure you have completed this first part of the table. We'll move on to the second part of the table. Starts from letter E, F, and G. You can discuss among yourself if you find it hard, or do the easy ones first. Move on to the ones you think. You detect a bad smell as you open an egg carton. How do you respond to that? First. What sense do you use first? Yeah, smell. So how do you do? What do you do? You move away, or you stand there, or what? You look at? Okay, finish. Finish. Salty substance, eh? Water, salty substance, okay. Now, so you all right, last 1 minute, please. We'll do the correction tomorrow. Yes, now. All right, let's see if we have completed this activity. Receiving students, I hope you have discussed among your group members and have written some good answers down. All right, if you haven't completed the activity, your teacher can give you some time after the lesson or during your non-TV time to complete this activity. I'll do the same for the model class. I will give you some time to complete this activity before your workbooks are going to be collected. All right, class. Before we go on to our summary for today's lesson, in our last lesson, I'd like to make a correction there. I mentioned something about this apparatus using the wrong name. It's actually a test tube rack. Okay, I said test tube holder. It is a test tube rack. Okay, so just a correction on that. Today's summary: the parts of the body that detect stimuli are called receptors, and there is an example for you to copy. Please copy that down. All right, let's see what is our key phrase for today's lesson. Key phrase for today's lesson is receptors and stimuli. With that, our next lesson topic will be on Have You Got Bones? Lesson number 1. And the materials needed for the next lesson is the skeletal system chart. Okay. The receiving teacher, you may have that chart ready for the next lesson. With that, thank you class for your participation.